Hey everybody, I'm at camp right now and I want to show you a quick way to make a primitive trap. This is a snare. Some people call it a twitch trap. There's many different names for it, but it's a bit windy out here, so bear with me on the sound. But let me show you what I've done this with. Is 6 foot of paracord and a knife. Now this knife has serration on it, so I was able to saw some sticks to make my setup. And again, I use 6 foot of paracord because that is what is on a paracord bracelet. Roughly, depending on the weave, it's roughly around 6 feet, depending on the weave and the wrist size. So right up here you can see this is my twitch pole, as I call it. The sapling that's been bent over. I've got my paracord tied onto it, basic knot, however you might do it, no big deal. It's important, remember, it is important to use live wood, because brittle, dead wood falls apart. You could hurt yourself, the trap will set itself off. Don't use brittle wood. So I've got a fatter, longer piece that I've used, pounded into the ground with, I actually used another branch, and then I use the base and the handle of my knife. I've got a tough knife to pound that into the ground. Then I've got a skinnier piece. So what you're going to cut is a kind of a C shape, but a square C shape, into your fatter log, into your skinnier log, and that allows them to lock in together. A lot of guys on these traps will cut a full notch around the top of their trigger stick right here. I just get a deep skim up on the bark on there, and then allows that bark, as it's holding up, my string goes under it and it keeps it from coming up off of it. It's quicker and easier and just as efficient. So, pretending this here is a game trail, again, I didn't set this on a game trail, it's just at the edge of camp. You'd fence it off with small sticks like this to funnel that animal into the area. Now you want to make sure that your loop is set at about the height of the animal's head. Depending on what you might, a lot of people use these for rabbits and small game. You can use them for coons, squirrels, but make sure you note in your mind what you're setting this trap for and set your loop at the height that you think that animal's head is. So I've also used these sticks here to help hold my loop open. Now, they're not so intrusive that they're going to keep my loop from squeezing shut, okay? I've got a little loop tied in the end of it, and then run the string back through the paracord back through it, which gives me my circle shape, and it can freely close. Now the idea of this is not only to strangle the animal, but it should twitch up fast enough where a small animal, it'll break its neck. So we've got it all set. We've sawed and set this thing up in under 5 minutes. It's a good trap, ready to go. Knife and paracord bracelet, and you're good to go. So we're gonna test it. Now I haven't tested this yet. A lot of guys test their traps to make sure they work on the video. I haven't. So we're gonna see and make sure if it works. So an animal's coming through, and ideally when my hand comes through here, it should take the trigger stick off, and it should pull me up and tighten the knot. So we're gonna try. And there we went. Trigger stick came off, knot tightened around my wrist, and I'm good to go. That animal's hanging there dead. Now me being a heavier guy, it's not gonna pull me all the way up, but I mean a squirrel would be up there 5 foot, hanging in the air, broken neck. If not, he'd strangle, which is not ideal. You'd like to break his neck and kill him instantly, but it works. So, seeing how we reset this, you bend it back down, you'll lock this in here, and it takes some doing sometimes to lock it in. You've got to make sure that you've got it absolutely locked in. Sometimes it'll come up and it'll smack you in the face. There's a lot of tension on these, so you have to be careful. And sometimes they take some adjusting. I like to hold the bottom of the string while I'm locking it in case it comes off. If it comes off, well, it's not gonna, I was gonna show you if it comes off, you can catch it. Then you take your loop, and it could come off these primitive traps. At any time, this could set itself off. So you just want to be careful with it. So I had mine turned in here, and you just kind of prop it on whatever little branches you have coming off your sticks, and you've got your loop set back, ready to go. Animal comes through, he's caught, dead. Quick, easy, a knife and a paracord bracelet, and you have a trap set, ready to go. I appreciate it, guys. Any questions, any advice, let me know.